Hey everyone, welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm your host, Jessa Jeremiah, and we have a very exciting first guest here, Aaron Jorenby, who joins us from a very cool event, Cruisin' Wisconsin Car Show. So we're so pleased to have you this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here, thank you.
And first of all, talk to us just a little bit, give us some basics for folks at home who haven't heard of this event. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's Cruisin' Wisconsin Car Show. It's held in Blanchardville, Wisconsin, and it's in our McKellar Park. It's an event that we get about 400 to 500 cars annually, so it gives the community and surrounding people a chance to see some really nice cars.
Very cool. And so this is an annual event, so you guys have done this before.
Mm-hmm.
How many years have you guys been doing this?
This is our 28th year. This is my third year.
Okay.
Organizing. It's always held the second Sunday in July, so this year obviously it's the 13th of July.
Okay, so coming up pretty quick, right around the corner, and for folks at home who might be interested in coming out for the first time, who aren't familiar with the event, what kinds of attractions can they expect?
Well, our show's a little different. We actually go to great lengths to get a feature vehicle at the event. This year we have a 1956 Buick. He's coming all the way from Bluegrass, Iowa, so he's coming a long way. This show is a national car winner, won many national awards. He's been featured in several magazines, so it's going to give our spectators an up-close look at that. We also have a fully restored 1911 Flying Merkle bike coming from Jefferson, Wisconsin. We also got a group of guys from Full Bore Enterprises that are bringing a portable dyno chassis. And what that is, it's a spectator or someone competing at our event can get their horsepower measured on their car for a fee, and those guys can tell you how much your car has. So it's kind of a cool little thing to have available.
Very cool. So you mentioned a couple different kinds of vehicles that are going to be at the event. So, I mean, what kinds of other vehicles are welcomed? Kind of explain, I guess, the difference between, some of the spectator vehicles versus registered vehicles. How does that work?
Well, you can have your car in the show as a display-only thing, where that's a $6 fee. So your car can just be on display. You can be there for an hour and you can leave. If you want to be part of the actual show, we have 41 classes. So we put your car where it needs to go, and for $12 you can be up for a Best of Class award.
Okay.
We also have other awards such as Best Stock, Best Modified, Best GM. Car clubs can come when we do club participations as well. So there's a couple different things. If you want your car actually judged and in the show, you can be put in that way.
Okay, so if you want your car to be part of the competition aspect, how do they get involved in that? Do they need to pre-register, or do they just come?
Yeah, the pre-registration deadline is July 10th, and you can find all the information on our Facebook page, or basically you're mailing your registration stuff to me, and yeah, we can pre-register you, or just show up that day and we'll get you in.
So kind of either way, we can either kind of plan in advance, or we can impromptu show up and get involved in the event.
A lot of people plan around the weather. It has a big thing to do with it.
Especially, an outdoor event like that. Yep. And as far as the day of the show, for folks who just want to come, they just show up that day, right, to buy tickets?
Yep, it's a $2 spectator admittance, and you're seeing quality of cars that you usually pay, $30 a ticket to sometimes. So you're seeing really nice stuff, and we have concessions, beer, vendors. There's something for everybody.
Absolutely, and we don't have a ton of time left, but I want to make sure that we mention what the proceeds go to. So the proceeds are going to go to an important organization, correct?
Yeah, any profits made from the day of the show go towards the BCPI. It's kind of an organization in the town that funds projects. So any profits from the show go towards that, and they take that money, fund projects as Main Street projects, riverbank cleanup. They improve the playground system and stuff. So all the profits stay in the community.
What an important organization too, and BCPI, if you're not familiar at home, is Blanchard Community Pride. Mm-hmm. goes toward the city of Blanchard and keeping that funds that downtown area to keep it alive and thriving and all that stuff.
It's a small community, so
Very
to have
cool.
an event like this is very important.
Very good. Well, what a cool event. Folks at home, check it out. And it goes to Blanchard Community Pride with Cruisin' Wisconsin Car Show. Aaron, thank you so much.
All right, thank
you guys stay right there. We've got more Talk of the Town coming up right after the break. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Joining us now are Brian and Dave, who join us from the Wisconsin Athletic Foundation. And I'm so excited to have these guys on because there's a very cool project in the works that I want to ask you about. So first of all, kind of tell us how the idea for this project, tell the folks at home about this project and how the idea came about.
Well, I think the main drive for the project was after coaching athletics for a number of years, Dave and I, with the growing youth movement in athletics, along with high school and college level, we were looking at developing a facility that had a number of fields that would be available for these groups to use. We have a limited number of fields, especially in south central Wisconsin and the Madison area, that these teams can use. So, we have teams that are, competing for field rights or field availability. So that was one of the main ideas, to give them an option of, not having to run into those, those problems down the line. With the facility, it offers, both outdoor and indoor fields, which, with the weather here in the Midwest, especially around here, is so unpredictable. It just gives them more opportunity to play and more opportunity to hone their skills with an indoor and outdoor type facility that we're looking to build.
Absolutely. And now it's going to be called, I don't know if this name is final or not, but the Wisconsin Regional Athletic Facility. And there's going to be all kinds of sports and things that are going to be available inside. So talk to us a little bit about what the facility will encompass for folks.
I think as far as on the sports side of it, there's a multitude of activities that can take place. We're looking at the main focus would be lacrosse. That's how the idea was kind of built around. But we also can have football, rugby, ultimate frisbee. There's just an enormous expanse of sports and activities that can take place inside the facility. Along with rock climbing, we'll have a ropes course that will allow for some rehabilitation things to take place, especially for any type of wounded warriors, rock climbing enthusiasts, and just people that like the outdoors. And they'll also be able to take place inside with the rock climbing wall that will be inside. And it'll be a family atmosphere. We'll have a restaurant inside the facility as well. And we're looking at developing some other ideas as far as, just a family atmosphere as far as birthday parties and things like that, so people are exposed to the facility. There will be baseball training, CrossFit, batting cages that anybody can use. So it's definitely in the tradition of facilities a true multi-sport complex that anybody can use.
What a cool thing. So all kinds of different events, sporting kind of activities that can take place in this, I'm sure is going to be a large facility. And how important with our tough Wisconsin winters, and to Dave's point before we got started with spring and how mushy the ground can get and wet and soft, there's really a lot of times of year that it's difficult to play sports outside, and depending on what the sport is throughout the year. So a great facility that is going to encompass a lot of things, but it's probably expensive. So what's the plan to raise this money?
Well, we've just started our capital campaign, and we need to raise about $10 million to give us the minimum of what we're looking for. And we have a fundraising director on our board who has a great background, and we are beginning to approach foundations, other foundations. The organizations that we've been in contact with are on board 100%. And so we're going around, and we will raise the money. It's going to be aggressive, but we will make it happen.
Absolutely. And I mean, you know, people have got to be on board with this project because what a great thing for folks, you know, Wisconsin families, sports lovers, and to be able to do some family events inside is really just a really wonderful thing. So when is this going to break ground? Do you guys have a date or a projected date?
Yeah, basically right now as our permitting process is going through, it looks like we're going to be putting the first shovel in the ground about November 1st.
Wow.
And then the building is going to be aggressive as well. We want to make sure that we're ready by springtime when we looking to open the facility.
Very good. Okay, so just, you know, really right around the corner considering what a big project this is. And we're running out of time, but tell me a little bit about plans for the first event and, you know, how are you guys going to fill the fields for event 1?
Right. First of all, Dan Smith is our general manager for the complex, and his information's on our website. And our first event is going to be April 4th and 5th. We're going to have a weekend spring jamboree for lacrosse. Wisconsin Lacrosse Federation is bringing in spring jamboree, and it's going to be big. About,
Big stuff.
You know, 40, 50 teams coming in. So.
Very cool. Well, a big event to kick off a very neat thing. So, you know, we look forward to seeing what the Wisconsin Athletic Foundation has to offer as far as this facility is concerned. Thank you guys so much for the info. We look forward to seeing what's happening. And you guys stay right there. We've got lots more Talk of the Town coming up right after this. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. I have joining me now Peter, who joins us with a very great event that benefits the Boys and Girls Club that is a charity bike ride. So I would love for you to just give us some details up front for folks who are not familiar with this awesome event. You know, just tell us what it is.
Oh, sure, Jessa. The event is Bike for Boys and Girls Club. It's the biggest annual fundraiser of the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County, and it's also the biggest one-day fundraising bike ride event of its kind in the Madison area. And it is truly one of the great feel-good events of summer in Madison. It is on Saturday, July 19th, so it's on the third Saturday in July every year, and we are expecting over 1,000 people out riding bikes to raise funds for the Boys and Girls Club.
What a great thing, and what a great way to get some funds for the Boys and Girls Club, a fun event. So this event has been going on for a while. How did you get involved with all of this?
Well, I was a Boys and Girls Club kid growing up, and I enjoy riding a bike. So when my family and I moved to Madison 9 years ago and saw that the local Boys and Girls Club was doing a bike ride event, I figured, well, that's, you know, what could be better? I rode in it, and the next year I entered a team, and the next year I was on the committee, and now somehow I seem to be chair of the committee. Yeah, this is the 12th year of the event. And something that we want people to know is that you don't need to be an athlete to participate in this event. Yes, there is a 50-mile distance for real strong road cyclists, and there's also a 25-mile distance. But this is a very welcoming event to families. There's an 8-mile distance. That's the one that I ride with my wife and kids. And it's a real easy, fun bike ride for anyone who's got a bike in their garage that they can dust off. And in fact, even if you don't have a bike, B-Cycle will lend you one to ride there.
What a great thing. Well, that's very neat. So there's some obvious reasons why this is important, and it's very nice for families and folks at home to know that there's some sort of different levels they could get involved in. Serious bikers have a place, but families who are just getting started or might not be regular bikers definitely can enjoy this event too. So how great. And this event is important because it goes to the Boys and Girls Club. But any other reasons that this is significant? And for folks at home who think this is a great idea and want to get involved, how do they do that?
Well, I'll say first, I mean, the Boys and Girls Club of Dane County does so much in our community. They serve over 3,000 kids. They provide kids a place to go after school. They provide support for homework, activities, all kinds of summer enrichment. They've served over 40,000 hot meals to kids last year, and in some cases, kids who might not have that good access to a safe, welcoming place after school. So what they do is tremendous. The best way for people to get involved is to learn about the event and join the event. You can go to the event's website, bike4bgc.com. You can sign up to ride. You can join a team. You can sign up to volunteer, or you can look and make a pledge to someone you know who's riding. In fact, Jessa, we're hoping maybe we could get you to ride in this event. What do you think?
Well, since you said there's an 8-mile ride, I think I could probably handle that. But yeah, it sounds like such a cool event, and I would love to be a part of it and get out and be out there in Madison doing some fun outdoor activities. And what a great charity to be a part of and to help. And I should mention too that the Boys and Girls Club is one of Talk of the Towns and the CW57's news partners. So we're glad to have you guys as part of our team and to be part of such great events just like this. And
Fantastic.
For folks at home that want to get involved, what's the deadline as far as registration goes?
You can sign up all the way up to the day of the event. The event is on, like I said, it's on Saturday, July 19th. We really encourage you to sign up beforehand on the website, but if you wake up that day, sign-ups are open until July 19th, and the event is taking pledges and donations actually until August 31st, over a month after the event.
Very good. So we can last minute decide to jump on board if that's the case.
But we encourage you to get on board early because the event is so popular that jerseys are available while supplies last. This is last year's event jersey. Do you like it?
I do. It's very nice.
good.
So are you guys doing a new jersey as well?
We are. We're doing a new jersey for this year, but this is last year's, and I'm glad you like the jersey because I brought you one.
I get one. Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Oh, that's awesome.
So you can wear that when you're out riding.
I can show up ready, prepared
Yeah,
to my ride here in Madison. Thank you very
Yes.
much. Well,
Yeah.
that is great. I will proudly sport that.
Fantastic.
And we got a little bit of time left. Any last comments on the event for folks at home?
I would just say July 19th, third Saturday in July, ride 50 miles, ride 25 miles, or ride 8 miles. You don't even need to own a bike. You can show up there and B-Cycle will provide you with a bike. Volunteer or find a friend who's riding and make a pledge.
Great. Peter, thank you so much. Bike for Boys and Girls Club, what a great way to get involved in the community. That's Boys and Girls Club, who is one of our news partners, and we thank you so much for the info. Thank you for the shirt. I look forward to it. And you guys stay right there. We're going to be back with more Talk of the Town after the break. Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Joining me now is Marilyn Rhodes, who is the president of Meritor Foundation, and I'm just so pleased and proud to have you on our show today. So thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So what I want to ask you about first is, talk to us a little bit about Unity Point Health. And, there's a lot of community support and impact that Unity Point Health is involved in. So just tell us a little bit about how you impact the community for starters.
Okay. Well, Meritor is part of the Unity Point Health system. And we are the region's only community hospital. We've been around for a number of years, over 100 years. And we opened our doors in around 1903 with only 60 patients. And today we are at over 20,000 inpatients and 30,000 outpatients. And we have a number of programs and units that have been award-winning operations. We are probably best known for our birthing center. We are the largest birthing center in the state.
Wow.
Yes, and we delivered over 3,800 babies last year, so we love babies. And we have other great units in the heart and vascular and orthopedic. So it's an amazing hospital, and it's a wonderful place to work.
Yeah, and you guys have, I didn't realize that you had boasted such impressive stats as far as new births go.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a neat thing, but you guys have so many branches. I mean, Meritor encompasses so many different things.
Yeah.
And tell me a little bit about the child and adolescent psychiatric branch, if you would.
Absolutely, yes. The Child and Adolescent Psychiatric Hospital is really the only hospital that serves child and adolescent patients with psychiatric issues, mental health and behavioral issues. Last year we served around 800 children and teens with pretty severe disorders, suicide, depression, personality disorders. And the psychiatric hospital is the only, as I mentioned, the only hospital in the region, and if we weren't there, patients and families would have to go about an hour east to Oconomowoc, and that hour can be really problematic for families who are really quite desperate, and it can be an eternity for some of these patients.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's so nice to have you right here. And just to be clear, you know, this is its whole own building, its whole own facility.
Right.
So this is not just, you know, a wing or a piece of another hospital. It's its own hospital.
That's
so
right. That's
such
right.
a nice thing for folks to be able to have that to fall back on and to rely on.
It truly is. We're seeing more and more cases come through the doors, more severe cases. And so I think if it weren't for Meritor, these children and families would have to go outside of the region or not be served. So part of the program is around not only providing treatment, but also educating schools and parents around mental health issues.
And you have all kinds of different programs that Meritor offers, but talk to us a little bit about the health program and what that is.
Yes, that's a great program too. The health program is actually an acronym for Helping Educate and Link the Homeless. And it all started by the very bold and brave Dr. Kate Ranheim, who's a hospital at Meritor. And it's a program that provides medical care for homeless or individuals in transitional housing arrangements. We served around 1,000 individuals last year who were pretty much living out of a backpack. And so we're doing our part in providing medical care, coordinated care. Oftentimes we provide just supplies to get through a winter. Homelessness is a serious issue in Dane County. Around 3,000 individuals sought some sort of shelter last year at a Dane County shelter facility. So Meritor is helping provide really basic medical care for these individuals.
Absolutely, and such important, you know, programs that you guys offer. I feel like we could have you on probably for an hour. And
I could talk for an hour.
We have plenty of content to cover. And I know you have a program called SANE, a program called New Start. You've got all these things, and we're kind of running out of time.
That's
but
okay.
What I want to make sure that we talk about is how folks at home can get involved in some of these programs.
Absolutely. It's very easy to get involved. We do rely on the generosity of the community through private gifts and contributions, and it's very easy. You can go out onto our website, which is foundation.meritor.com, and there's a link there to learn more about these programs or to make a gift. Or you can call us too at 417-5300 and talk to any of our amazing staff, or you can talk to me.
Absolutely. So when folks donate, you know, what's that process look like? Is it a relatively easy process? And just to volunteer too, you know, is there all kinds of different things they can do, I would imagine?
Yes, it's very easy. You can make an online gift, you can make a credit card gift, you can call us up and we can help with any sort of arrangements you might like to make. And so we'll make it easy as possible, and we would be deeply grateful.
Absolutely. Well, lots of great things that you guys are doing. We appreciate you coming on and chatting with us about that, Marilyn. Some very important work. We'll have to have you back because you've got lots to tell us.
I do.
So thank you so much for joining us, guys. That's it for Talk of the Town. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time.